The enemy is here.
Where is it?
The important enemy.
Where is it?
I don't know.
I can't see it.
I can't see it, dear.
Fuck you.
The enemy is invisible.
Took my joke.
Da da da.
You took my joke. Took my joke. Mad.
But you're not mad because you like this one. Season 15.
I did, and then I didn't, and then I did, and then I didn't.
Season 15. Episode number 2. Number 93 overall. We're nearly at the big 100.
Mm-hmm.
The invisible enemy.
We could do
What's it
something
about, dear?
cool for 100. We're just gonna...
I mean, we can if you want. Episode 100 kind of involves Stonehenge.
Can I get
They don't do anything special for it.
Stonehenge?
No, we're already getting stoned for another episode.
Oh, okay. Well, we're in space, and that ship is, and there's a ship, and that ship is a penis, and there's some astronauts on it, and they're tired of like boring jobs, and the ship starts to do a beep, and the guy on the controls is kicked off, and one dude wants a real job, and then they run into a space oil spill. Apparently, something made contact with them. It looks like an oil spill. It actually does. Leela is in her old outfit carrying a coat rack. Second control room was apparently being redecorated, but also it's white, so they hate it. The doctor talks about how this time is when all of humans try to do the colonization thing.
Colonies!
Which is great. Penis ship also has titties. It lands. It's apparently Titan, and they are welcome here. The other astronauts are here and having their last supper on the planet, but then the new astronauts pull out guns and shoot them. And a man who looks like Hitler for some fucking reason is watching and is like, why isn't the relief crew responding? Oh god, they're dead. He sets off the oh no alarm and pushes some buttons while astronauts break in. He has gotten into the emergency egg pod, and they will let him suffocate in there with their nice eyebrows. Leela and the doctor hear distress calls, but Leela is worried she can feel something is bad. A mayday disregard goes out, and Leela's like, nope. And then something is fucked up with the TARDIS, and the doctor gets knocked out by it, oops. And contact. And Leela tries to attack the TARDIS, and it goes swoop, and then she's fine. Doctor takes up, and Leela wakes up, and Leela's like, that's not my name. And for some reason, he's having trouble talking. And then the doctor runs into a door, and Leela doesn't want him to leave. She could feel evil. For some reason, the doctor's being weird about it now. Wow. Hitler manages to shoot one of the eyebrow guys, but then hides. But then they lock the door and shut off the oxygen. We should be leaving the TARDIS now, and look, it's a dead body. And the doctor is still being a dick for some reason and calls Leela a savage. And now they're setting the temperature and etc. to optimal breeding conditions. Congratulations.
Sex room.
The temperature and settings are both submissive and breedable. The poop flat pals instantly tell
that's a good joke.
The poop flat pals instantly tell the doctor about the nucleus inside of him, and the doctor is brainwashed, told to kill Leela. Leela finds Hitler cryogenically frozen like we always knew he was, and the doctor gets a gun handed to him. Hitler's actually okay, just very cold, and Leela's helping him now, which is a lot. She is going to...
Leela doesn't know he's evil.
He's not evil yet. This is before he became... it's fine. We're not going to make those jokes.
I just heard Hitler and assumed he was evil.
We're not going to... yeah. Listen, dear listener, we'll explain. Just give me a minute. She's like, wait, the doctor's here, and he's like, wait, what if it's a trap? So Leela pulls out a knife, and they set up for an attack, and Eyebrows dude just walks into the room, and Leela knifes him. But Hitler then gets brainwashed, and the doctor now has hairy-ass hands, and is gonna shoot Leela in the back. And I think the first thing we need to talk about is the Hitler thing, can I just say.
Okay. Let me explain the Hitler thing. So, this character, Lo, played by Michael Sheard, comes on screen, and he's wearing a grey jumpsuit, greyish jumpsuit with, like, black trims, and a reddish armband, and he has a short mustache, and Dear goes, oh, that's just Hitler. And I go, funny you say that, because Michael Sheard, he's played a lot of characters in Doctor Who. He's actually been in 4 episodes before this, and several after. He was in The Ark, the first Doctor episode. The Mind of Evil, he was the doctor in that one. the one with the machine that took the evil out of people. The Pyramids of Mars, which was the mummies, the thick himbo mummies. He was Scarman in that. And he's low in this. He's also in 2 future episodes, Castrovalva and Remembrance of the Daleks, 2 very iconic episodes. But he's most well known for 2 things. Playing Admiral Ozell in Star Wars The Empire Strikes Back, which you recognize him immediately after watching this. And also playing Hitler several times in a lot of things. Most notably, Indiana Jones and The Last Crusade.
Mm-hmm.
So when Deer's like, that's just Hitler, I'm like, he's made a career out of playing Hitler, essentially.
He has. He literally has. And it was
it was
not
just Hitler. He sometimes was
what was it?
Himmler. Sometimes he was Goering.
Yeah. Was he ever Goebbels? Yeah.
I don't know if he was Goebbels. I know he's definitely Himmler. I think he was Goering.
God.
Yeah, he was Himmler. Yeah, Himmler.
I mean, if you're gonna have your IMDb say played a Nazi, I guess that you should just own it. I guess. There's like no going back from that at all.
Well, it's not like people go, "Oh my god, he's playing Hitler. That must mean
no.
It's not like he has an SS uniform at home.
No, but what I'm saying is like he will never be cast for anything but an evil Hitler-like character.
Hitler?
Yeah.
Well, you say that, but he actually was. It's like Hitler was maybe like 40% of his. Okay. Well, not even like 30% of his. Like he played a lot of different characters throughout. Okay. It's not like it was like. Everything normal, and then suddenly Indiana Jones, he was Hitler, and then it's nothing but Hitler documentaries after that.
Oh my god.
No.
It was literally just a coincidence, too, that his outfit looked like that.
Yeah, it really was.
It's weird.
But no,
And also I call him Hitler throughout my notes from here on out, so prep for that one.
Yeah, which leads to some funny fucking shit that Deer says. Some real funny shit. But this episode, The Invisible Enemy, has also an alternative name of The Enemy Within. And this episode takes a lot of inspiration from different stories, kinda chief of which was a little bit spoiler for episode 3 onwards, is the film Fantastic Voyage and its novelization by Isaac Asimov, which is kind of the inspiration for a lot of this, where miniaturized people have to be injected into someone in order to solve a problem. That's right, it's the Magic School Bus. Which I loved your reaction to it. The model used for the created surface for Titan was also a reused model used for a different show at the time, Space 1999, which is kind of a very cult sort of show as well now. A lot less cult than some other of the time, but still known. But a lot of different parts of the set was used for different things as well. But that's part 1, Invisible Enemy. We got some weird infection. We've got Hitler. What happens in part 2?
Well, the Doctor's brain is like, kill, and he's like, no. But then he fights off shooting her, and the carpet on his hand just kind of poofs away. The Doctor's going to concentrate really hard to fight it off. Leela's running this way and will be fooled by a pair of sunglasses, so she brings... Hitler puts on a pair of sunglasses and fools Leela, basically. We see a big meteor that looks like a wasp hive that they go to, and the Doctor's taken away to medical professionals and wrapped in gold leaf. He's being fucking datalized. That's literally what they say. Hilarious Eyebrows is sent off to be looked at too, and there's a fucking robot dog. Robot dog. Best part of this episode. It's says it's not human, and it fucking talks. And the Doctor is like, "What's up? What's wrong with me?" And they say some science shit to each other, and then the Doctor just passes out, and K9 is told to watch the Doctor. Meanwhile, Eyebrows is sitting like a French woman, takes off his sunglasses, and brainwashes the eye doctor. Leela shows up at the doctor's room, and K9 is like, fuck, I'll bite, but now we're friends. K9 is literally the best thing ever. And then the new doctor is like, you're not smart, Leela, what the fuck? And then we also brainwash 2 more poop pouch pals, and all the rejects need to be destroyed, so they need to go get Leela. Leela gets a scan, she's immune, so to speak. I guess we need to operate on the doctor. The thing mentally goes, help me! And the poop pouch pals are like, okay. And then Leela and K9 are left in the room after the emergency happens and a fucking ship crashes into the Hy-Vee asteroid thing. It makes everyone fall over.
And then everyone dies.
Yes, it's true. And the doctor wakes up from his coma a little bit and then talks to K9, and then Leela just kind of leaves. Leela is shooting at the eyebrow boys, and the glasses doctor's like, oh god, we need to secure everything. But I guess we're cloning the doctor in case the virus gets to him. And as soon as we tell K9 something, it goes to bite everyone's ankles. And we explain to Leela about how clones will expire after 10 minutes. The doctor's entire face is hairy as fuck now. We've cloned both Leela and the doctor. And the doctor's like, trust me. And Leela asks if K9 can explain simply, and he's like, no, you're stupid. Yep, let's go get more people brainwashed. And oh boy, the thing is, talking to the doctor in him brain, and Doctor number 2 comes back with, while the eyebrow boys come back and threaten to wipe out everyone. Wow, my writing is a lot. Doctor 2 goes, fuck this, and gets a thing from the TARDIS, and then we magic school bus, and we shrink the clones down and inject them into the doctor's body. That's
finally.
it.
And they're swirling.
Yes.
This story features more because of the extensive amount of model work used in this. From the internal structure of the Doctor to the space scenes. It's actually the most amount of model work than any story previous, because there's so many different sets and so many different components to it. Also, this episode reintroduced the primary TARDIS console room. It's no longer the wood room. And you may be asking why? Why did they change back to this one? The wood one was pretty nice. They put it in storage between seasons when they didn't need it. And by the time they were like, okay, time to bring the TARDIS out again, it had warped. The wood had completely warped and it was unusable.
Fun.
So they were like, well, we're going back to the other TARDIS one, but we'll change it slightly. They'll try and fix it up and make it a little bit better. It's not that great. The next iteration, I think, is probably my favorite of the classic ones, bar the 8th Doctor's. But the 8th Doctor's is, like, extra. Like, that's fucking an extra bitch right there.
Isn't the 8th Doctor the one with all the question marks?
No, that's all of them. That's, like, 5... Well, technically the 4th Doctor has them as well.
Okay, let me reiterate. Is it the one with all the question marks in, like, his staff and his outfit and his everything?
No, that's the 7th Doctor.
7th,
I love him too. The 8th Doctor is Lord Byron. Fuckboy.
I see.
He's the blueprint for the 10th and 11th Doctors. But yeah, it completely warped, so they were just like, well, we'll just fucking reuse it. And it basically stays like this with modifications here and there until the end of the classic series.
He is a fuckboy. Sorry, continue.
Oh yeah, he is a fuckboy. He does look it.
I just looked
He's
up
a sexy boy.
Various images of that Doctor, and I just get this, and I'm like, oh, that your hand,
he's a sexy boy.
Your hand needed to be there. The candelabra in the back. Ooh, all right then.
He's an extra bitch. I love him. He's great. I love the 8th Doctor. But yeah, what happens in the part 3, dear?
Okay, so we're flushed down the toilet and inside we go, and it's apparently very interesting when thoughts even just fly by. Glasses Doctor is like, take the Doctor's body, I don't need it. Also, Leela isn't here, so don't worry about her. But then he goes and gets Leela and K9, and they set up a defense outside. They got like 10 minutes. Doctor and Leela inside are headed in between the brain lobes, but something big and round is following them. But outside, Leela and K9 are getting ready for a fucking fight. Glasses is like, what's going on? Curious about Leela's blood, but it's actually Leela's mind that matters, supposedly. While looking around the brain, they find some damage. Haha. And Leela is instantly attacked by a phagocyte. And they... So he tells...
What? Sorry? You want to say that again?
Phagocyte?
What'd you call me?
Phagocyte.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Listen, I'm not British.
He pronounces it slightly different.
He does. So he tells them his liver is dying, and then they leave. Someone jumps the barrier. He's dead now. But then he brainwashes K9 before he dies. So the show fucking sucks.
K9 dies.
He gets fucking brainwashed. This show sucks. Fucking...
I know. I'm sorry.
He also gets kicked. This show sucks. Hate the
I
show.
know.
Leela and the doctor are running around.
K9.
Apparently one of them outside is hurt, and they know this because they're inside. He hurts as well. The eyebrows are invading the medical bay with like 5 minutes, so they brainwash the professor eyeglasses, and he releases the doctor and literally tells them their entire cell plan. K9 apologizes to Leela for attacking her, but he's good now, and he's ready to help. The professor injects another thing into the doctor, so now we have the eyebrows in here too, and he has longer to exist. The doctor is now at the nucleus and ready to fuck up some shit, but they just talk for a bit about how he deserves to live. Also, wow, we've needed a Time Lord this whole time. Leela fights Eyebrow Man inside and gets attacked by the cotton balls, and she runs away. Glasses Doctor has thought he grabbed them, but it's actually the nucleus he grabbed them. Whoa, and then we put it into the Unshrinker, and it's big now. It's big now.
It's a big shrimp.
It's a big shrimp.
It's a big shrimp. Lollipop. It's a big shrimp to the candy shop. So fun fact, Tom Baker had trouble acting opposite the big shrimp nucleus because he couldn't take it seriously at all. At one point he started singing Prawn Free, and then finally he just blurted out, "How am I supposed to fucking act to a prawn?" Just like absolutely just blurting out, "How am I supposed to act to a fucking prawn?" Like, it was so ridiculous to him.
Yeah.
He couldn't take it seriously. He just kept laughing. Which, understandable. The costume looks ridiculous. They could have made it look alright, but they show it all in its entirety, and you can see the little bit of, like, the like, wood board that the actor is, like, kneeling on, and they're rolling him around on. Like, you shouldn't show that. You're not meant to show that sort of thing. But it's fucking hilarious. I love it. Also, the original plan was for the clone doctor to die in clone Leela's arms before she too aged to death in a matter of seconds, but they decided that was a little bit too serious. And remember, there had been complaints about the show being too violent, so they turned it back. Also, we haven't really talked much about it, but this is a new producer. Out was the old man, in with the new man. We have Graham Williams this time as the producer. No longer Philip Hinchcliffe. And Graham Williams intended to make the show less Earth-oriented and more epic, in the classical sense of epic. His notion of the Guardians and the Quest was delayed, because he has notions about sort of grandiose sort of things that he wants to do. And several stories that he had for season 15 were well too advanced in order to do what he really wanted to do for the show, so he waits until next season to really kick into high gear, and I really like what he does with it too. They also... K9 initially... They initially made him more Doberman style, with a small operator inside that would, like, move him around. But the production went over budget, so because they made it a radio-operated device instead. But the cost was, defrayed by making K9 a regular feature of the series. Instead of, we're spending all this money for one prop in one episode, it's like, we need to get our money's worth now, so he's just gonna fucking stay on the show for a bit. The genius who came up with this idea, actually, was the production unit manager, John Nathan Turner, who would later come to regret the idea and put a pin in that for a couple of months, and we'll come back to that name and why this was a horrible, horrible thing for him to live with. Robert Holmes was also intrigued by the idea, although the machine would have been called FIDO, F-I-D-O. Phenomenal indication of data observation. And it was simply invented to allow an outside narrator for clones as they moved around the Doctor's brain. From Dave Martin, one of the writers' point of view, K9 was created because his own dog had recently been run over and he wanted to console himself with a traffic-proof version.
A traffic-proof? Alright.
That's the way he described it.
Mm-hmm.
Also, the K9 prop was frequently affected by interference from the cameras, so they had to rewire it in an upcoming episode. And John Leeson, the voice of K9, based the robot's voice on noted philosopher and activist Bertrand Russell. Leeson was unaware that he wasn't required for rehearsals and became a regular fixture anyway, so he just showed up anyway to them, getting on all fours and playing the dog as a dog. Tom Baker was more enthusiastic about this than the tin dog prop, and he said he and Leeson, who actually used to be a former question setter for Mastermind, did the Times crossword puzzle each morning, which led to occasionally, sometimes, Tom Baker would be sitting down sort of doing the crossword puzzle, and then either John Leeson himself or the prop of K9 would be next to him, and you would hear, like, them solving the puzzle together, so you'd hear, like, this voice come out of K9 trying to solve the puzzle as they're just sitting there. It's a great little visual, I love it. But yeah, that's K9.
Mm-hmm.
What happens in the last part, though? How do they get away, dear?
They don't, they all die.
Oh, well, roll credits.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, the Doctor's okay. And the Nucleus shrimp is like, I'm here for you, asshole. Leela, meanwhile, takes on a disguise to fuck up some shit, and oh my fucking god. It's jizzing time, so they need to hurry. Leela secretly cuts the Doctor loose, and they run for it.
It's jizzing time!
K9 is left outside, but then he's brought in, and it's okay. We asked K9 to knock out the Professor Glasses dude. In order to get everyone together, Glasses calls them to the reception. K9 knocks him out. Apparently, when they were in his head, the Doctor got Leela's immunity, so we take that and use it on everybody else. Glass is alive, he's good now, they make a plan to make more antibodies. The fucking shrimp is getting edged because they can't go fast enough in the ship that they stole.
I mean, yeah, the shrimp wants them to go faster.
Yeah. This is a tutorial in edging. Leela is bored and wants to explode everything, and the Doctor is okay with viruses because that's just what they do, even though it means killing for whatever reason. And the TARDIS, we go back to Titan. The shrimp really, really, really needs to jizz, and on the way out, the Doctor wants to borrow K9. He does. The eggs are done. He jizzed. Gobstoppers as far as the eye can see. But the TARDIS swoops in, Doctor steps out and sees them hatching. He's like, alright, time to stop it. There's a man at the door. Leela shoots him. They're good. K9 bites him, actually. It actually stops him. Whatever. K9 is low on power, so we're gonna need to use our smirts. Leela is like, right, this time we need to blow him up. K9 goes on a killing spree and gets kicked. This show fucking sucks. The Doctor is enacting a plan to commit an entire shrimp abortion, and the Doctor books it to leave and almost leaves K9 and Leela behind. So they blow up the planetoid and go off to drop K9 back at home, but K9's like, I want to go with you, so he does. Woo.
Yay, K9's going with them. So, little extra fun fact about this story. Yeah. So, this story
was written by Hitler.
Don't call them Hitler, dear. That's not nice.
No, that's the thing, is that every single thing in this story, for some reason, is connected to Hitler, apparently.
Don't call Bob Baker and Dave Martin Hitler. They're not Hitler.
It's fine. Anyway, continue.
What did they do to you?
Wrote Doctor Who?
This story technically has... Well, not technically. It is a direct sequel / prequel in an audio form called Revenge of the Swarm. It's a 7th Doctor one, and it has a little moment here that I just want you to listen to, dear.
Wait, are you streaming it?
No, I've linked it to you right there.
Oh,
here, I will just play it. Here, I'll just play it so then I don't have to edit it in either.
Uh-huh.
Okay, here. Here, let me just This is I'm professional. This is how we do podcasts, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. This is how we do.
It's a bit sus to me. Sounds a bit sus to me.
Uh-huh.
Sounds a bit sus to me.
Okay.
Sounds a bit sus to me.
Yeah, I get it. Thanks.
It's a little bit sus.
Blumkiss.
Blumkiss. But yes, it's...
Can we talk about how this is an image below it? Can we talk about that?
Listen, Doctor Who shitposting is the next level.
Can we talk about how that's the second Doctor is Sans? Can we? Okay.
Hey, do you want one of the videos underneath it has a recreation of... Yeah, I'll just play it.
Among Us.
Oh.
Among Us.
There's also another video underneath it of Sylvester McCoy, the 7th Doctor, saying this.
Mm-hmm.
Just saying, Doctor Who shitposting is next level. It can be very, very funny. But yes, it's I just wanted you to know that it's an interesting audio for anyone interested in that sort of thing. It does sort of continue a storyline of the 7th Doctor, but it does involve them all climbing into a dumbwaiter to avoid being blown up. And it is a prequel/sequel in a weird sort of way, because, you know, it's Doctor Who, time travel. It's gonna be both.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, that's all I really wanted to say about that. Is there anything else you would like to say, dear, before we go to your rating?
The show fucking sucks. It kicked a dog.
Yeah, but K9's okay, and he's. I mean, he didn't get laryngitis. He coughed at one point, but he didn't get laryngitis. He shot some people. When he was turned evil, he actually wasn't fully turned evil because he stopped himself from killing Leela.
6.
That's 6. Season 15 right now is a 6 overload. We got 2 6s back to back. The next episode. Now, dear, I have a question. It's a very, very important question.
Yeah.
Do you like gods?
What kind?
Evil gods.
What religion?
Yes.
Alright. Maybe.
Okay. I won't... here's the next title. I won't... There's only one word that you'll be able to guess in it. Blank of the Fendal.
Is the word blank?
No. Why would that be the name?
Do I get a hint? Is that you more trying to figure out what kind of hint to give me?
Kind of. I could say saying that there's a god involved kind of does help, but in a very abstract way. It's kind of disconnected.
Religious symbol.
Yeah, it's one word.
Oh, fuck. And it's not a specific god, right?
No, it's not a specific god. But think something that you would have of a god, or something you would take of a god.
What? Take? Okay. Pain.
Not semen.
Okay, well that throws out all my answers. Shit.
It starts with an I. And I know Jehovah starts with an I, but it's not Jehovah.
Jehovah starts with an I?
That's a Indiana Jones.
Okay, never mind.
I was bringing it back to
Inscription?
Kingdom Hearts. Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade, remember, with Hitler?
Yes, everything revolves around Hitler, I know. Even the next episode. The Inscription?
Close.
Close?
A type of inscription. A little bit more modern. Think more modern.
Imagery?
Shorten it.
Image.
Image of the Fendal! You did it.
Woo.
How do you feel?
Tired and cold and angry.
Poor dear. Poor dear. Poor dear. Image of the Fendal. It's get ready, because it's a real doozy. It involves a skull, a snake, a god, possession, and something that should not exist.
Mm-hmm.
Come.
Mm.
Thank you. Good night. Is there anything else you want to say?
Nah. I'm good. Show
Okay.
sucks.
Well, in that case.
Kick the dog.
Oh. But how long do you think K9's going to stick around?
See, here's the problem. Okay, you've gotten me interested in Doctor Who just because there's a dog, okay? I know that dog is going to leave and or die, and it's very upsetting because it's gonna make me hate Doctor Who more than I already did.
Would you like me to tell you if he dies or not?
Yes.
He does not die.
Okay. He's still gonna leave, and it's gonna make me very upset.
Yes. He does leave at some point.
And it's gonna be bullshit, and I'm gonna hate this
curious how
series.
long you think he will stay around, though. Like, how many... Like...
I feel like it's gonna be an extreme. Like, either a small amount or a large amount. And I feel like...
Okay.
Because K9... I've known about K9 before this, I'm gonna say a large amount. Like, more than you might expect.
How much is that, in terms of...
I think he's going to go
episodes,
through at
seasons?
least this companion and another companion. And maybe another. Maybe.
Okay. How many episodes or seasons do you think?
Fuck, I don't know. They change it every fucking time. I don't know even the
Take a
average
guess.
of...
No, from here on out, the episodes... There's the same amount of episodes in each season.
Oh, I'm saying I don't know how many episodes average per companion.
Well, each companion tends to be around about a season or two. Leela is technically in her second season because she started halfway through the previous season.
Mm-hmm. Two and a half seasons.
This is where it starts. Manly men. This 2.5 men joke. I'm not going to tell you the answer. I'm just
Fuck
curious
you.
what you think.
The problem is the answer that I'm giving you is based on nothing, so I am guessing and assuming that's a large amount.
Yeah, and that's what I wanted. I just wanted you to guess. That's all.
Whatever.
So, Image of the Fendal. We'll see you next episode.